Hello and welcome. I'm Jane and today I'm joined by Victoria. Victoria, welcome.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me, Jane.
No, thank you for being here. So currently we are at the Michael Crouch Innovation Center, which is the home to the UNSW Founders. Victoria, would you mind telling us briefly about UNSW Founders and what it does?
Yeah, absolutely. So UNSW Founders essentially is a free platform for UNSW students, staff and alumni to take any business ideas that they have and actually turn them into startups. So we help right from the early stages of the entrepreneurial journey, whether you're just curious in entrepreneurship and have really never done anything in that space, right through to the scale up and accelerator phase, where you're actually wanting to take your startup and launch it potentially even globally.
Yep. This is amazing. I'm like a kid left in a candy shop. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. And when I was applying for the MBA program at the AJSM, I actually didn't know anything about the founders. So this is amazing. How many programs do you have running every year?
Programs, we have multiple different ones that are focused at the different stages of the entrepreneurial journey. So we have multiple programs / workshops for the curiosity stage, and that's essentially for those that are really just wanting to get the foundational skills of entrepreneurship under their belt and actually figure out if being a founder is for them, because we all know that it's not for the faint-hearted. It can be a really intense journey. So the curiosity stage really is focused on helping them recognize whether or not it is for them and just spark that entrepreneurial flame in them.
Yeah, dip their toes in the water.
Yeah, exactly. So that has a whole bunch of offerings involved. So I couldn't give you a number in terms of what that is, but there's things like the course integrations, which are essentially for university lecturers or academics, where they can basically come to us and be like, we'd love for you to deliver a session for our students. So it could be design thinking or rapid prototyping, which are essentially touch points in entrepreneurship. And then we have other things like hackathons, which are intensive 1.5 day events where you come, you get a problem statement and you come up with, you ideate and come up with solutions with people that a lot of the time you've only met at that event. So that's another example of something we do for the early stage. And then we move on to the idea stage and the funnel, which is New Wave. That one is the one that you've just participated in. So New Wave is for women founders or aspiring women founders. So this is the stage in the program where you may be like, right, I have an idea. I don't know what to do with it. I need to test it. I need to refine it. I want to build it. And so that New Wave is for women founders, but we then also have the Peter Farrell Cup, which is for both genders. Or if you don't define as either female or male, it is just for everyone. So students and for high degree researchers, that they are the eligibility criteria for that program. And then from there, like that is essentially the same thing, where it's about refining, testing, building an idea and turning it into a startup. And then finally we have our accelerator phase, which is for those that have a startup, they've been working on it for a while and they really want to take it to the next level. So it's about getting, more support, building a network, getting that investment, and actually really learning like about how do I expand the startup to make it more scalable, more profitable, potentially go global. So yeah, that's just a touch point there in terms of what programs we have on offer.
Yeah, that is amazing. I just went through the New Wave program, as you know. It's a quick 4 weeks crash course on basically how to build a startup. You can actually test your ideas, experiment with it, and then really push it forward to see whether if it's something that is, achievable. And I find the whole mentorship, coaching, the framework as well, all of the educational stuff that he provided, so valuable. I can't believe that all of these resources are made available for us. And for free. So for those who are thinking that the MBA program is only for someone who wants to stay in the corporate world, that is so not true. There are a lot of resources available here. If you are an entrepreneur at heart like I am, you can test your ideas and you can really stretch it forward. Victoria, what do you think is the secret recipe for any successful startups that you can see?
There are so many different things, but I would say it has to start with the mindset. You can build your entrepreneurial skills. I personally don't believe that you're either born an entrepreneur or you're not. I think that you can definitely cultivate a mindset towards it. And I think that's also to do with surrounding yourself with the right people. Thinking about those that you spend the most time with. Like, are you around people who are innovative, who are about, making an impact, and making sure that you're putting yourself in the room with those people, being inspired by them and learning from them. I think that that's a really important part of the entrepreneurial journey. And that's why we at Founders, we really do focus on introducing people to mentors and providing them with dedicated coaches. No matter what stage of the journey you're in, we really think that this is an important part, which actually is one thing that I didn't mention is the Coach and Connect service that we offer. Again, it's free. It's for UNSW student, staff, or alumni. And this is something that we offer as an expansion to programs, but also if you've just got an idea and you don't know what to do with it, booking a Coach and Connect session, a one-on-one session for half an hour is a really good, easy touch point to just be like, is this idea actually worth exploring? Do I have like a good solution, or am I just kind of like trying to work on something that's already been created and, maybe I should go back to the drawing board? That's a really great way to get started and just to get some support to actually give you a little bit of direction, because it can be a very overwhelming space. And if we focus on the end goal, which is to have a successful, viable startup, sometimes we won't even get started.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. What has been the biggest success story that has come out of the Founders program, do you think, that you can remember of?
Oh gosh, we've had many success stories, which is why it's so awesome working in the space, because it's not just about giving people that are interested in this space just theoretical learning and knowledge. It's about giving them the practical skills to actually go out and do something. And what I would say is what makes someone successful is when they're actually able to quit their day job and just go for it. And do something that they're passionate about, as opposed to just working on somebody else's dream. What I would say as well is a recent story that just comes to mind is that of Tillita, which is a startup that came through the UNSW Founders program. And you probably have come across them, just haven't been aware of it. They have a computer-based AI scanning system that's used in supermarkets. So when you take any goods or items to the checkout that you may not know what the code is, or you don't even know if it's a courgette or a cucumber, you can put it on the scanner, and the scanner will help you identify that and make it a much smoother process. And they have just got a whole lot more investment, and they've just signed a whole lot more contracts. Don't know how much I can share, but they are one of the startups that came through UNSW Founders and are just skyrocketing. They're doing really well. So it's really cool to have many of those stories, which you can see more of on UNSW Founders.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is the most rewarding part of your position here at Founders?
For me, I'm the manager of New Wave, so our Women Founder program. I would just say that it's so rewarding to see women come into this program, sometimes a little bit reserved and not so sure of themselves, and kind of lacking that self-confidence and even belief that they could be an entrepreneur, or that they'd have much value to add to a team. And just seeing them come out of the program being like, you know what, actually I went through this program and I now feel so much more empowered, and I see them come out of it being like, you know what, I did a pitch and I went on stage and I spoke in front of all these people, and I didn't think I had the guts to do it, but I did it. Right. So that to me is just so rewarding. And on the other side of it, when they do continue on their journeys and they create their own startups and then they're living out their dreams and their purpose, the fact that we here at the Founders get to be a part of that is just like, we are very, very fortunate. So that definitely gets me out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey. If you want to find out more information about UNSW Founders, I will include a link to their website down in the comment section below. Or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Victoria. Can I leave your LinkedIn details on the comment section?
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy for you to reach out and we can find a program or a service for you.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
See you next time.